Yo, this is the Kill Communism channel, and today I'm coming at you with a review of a video game. The video game that we're going to talk about today is Viii Lacrimosa of Donna. I've got some more video game stuff coming up soon. I'll be uploading some Dragon Ball FighterZ and Smash Bros. Ultimate online matches that I've had in the coming weeks. But today we're gonna focus on a little gem that deserves much more love than it's received. I'm talking about Viii Lacrimosa of Donna. I'm no expert on the lore, and neither have I played all the games. The bump system has kind of turned me off of playing the originals, and even the remakes of the originals for PS Vita, which I know retain the bump system. But here's a little bit of my history with the Viii series. I started with Viii 7 for PSP. Now, 7 was the first game in the series to feature the 3-member party system, where you can switch between 3 characters at the press of a button, with each character having his or her own attributes. Some are better against certain enemies, while others are weaker. This party system continued on through Viii Memories of Solseta, Viii Lacrimosa of Donna, and presumably even the newest game in the series, Viii 9 Monstrum Nox, which I hope comes to Nintendo Switch. It currently has only been announced for PlayStation 4. I'd hate to have to pirate an Viii game, cause there is no way Sony is ever getting any of my money ever again. But that's a video for another day. Viii 7 hooked me from the very beginning. The fast-paced combat, the immersive story, the incredible music, the interactions between characters, all made for a game that was very difficult to put down. All in all, 7 was a 40-plus hour game, which I played through 2 times. After Viii 7, the PS Vita received its very own Viii game, Memories of Solseta. I bought it day 1. Admittedly, while it was good, it didn't quite entrance me the way that Viii 7 did. I played it once and then kinda forgot about it. I skipped Lacrimosa of Donna when it first came to the PlayStation Vita because, well, I didn't really want a repeat of Solseta. And then I learned about the shitty translation and all the issues that plagued the game. And then there was the release of the PlayStation 4 version, which was gonna include extra story content and an extra dungeon. All in all, it really dampened what little enthusiasm I did have for Lacrimosa. Later on, I ended up getting a Nintendo Switch, and for some reason, I wanted to play Lacrimosa. But I wasn't gonna buy a PS4 to play it, so I hoped and hoped and hoped that Nihon Falcom would bring it to the Nintendo Switch, and lo and behold, it was finally announced at a Nintendo Direct last year. Or 2 years ago, I think. Fast forward to its release date, I bought the physical version and, well, it was kind of boring. I didn't really like it all that much. I played it for maybe 3 or 4 hours and then shelved it for about a month and a half until I decided to give it another go. I don't know why, but I just booted it up one day and started playing it. From then on, it wasn't long before I was completely immersed in this world. Let's start off with talking about what the game does right. As has always been the case in Viii games, the action is fast-paced, frantic, and addictive. Think of Viii as a Zelda game with all the attributes of a classic JRPG. Everything happens in real time. There's no boring turn-based battles here, and no offense to fans of turn-based games, they're just not usually my thing. The same holds true for Viii Lacrimosa of Donna. Not too much has changed since Viii 7 as far as the combat goes. It's mostly the same, but starting with Solseta and continuing on in Lacrimosa, Players have access to a parry move, which if timed correctly allows the player to sustain no damage, and as an added effect, increases the amount of damage players deal for a little while. You'll want to make big use of this feature. It will come in handy, as you can see here. This bull is trying its hardest to kill me, but I ain't making it easy for him. Honestly though, I can see why some complain that the parry maneuver breaks the game. I wouldn't go as far as to say that it breaks the game. You still need to be able to time it properly. But once you get the timing down for whatever boss you're fighting, it can feel as though you're trivializing the battle, especially if you're over-leveled. The music. Ys has always been praised for its music, and for good reason. It's some of the best damn music you will ever hear in a video game series. And once again, Lacrimosa of Dana is no different. Badass rock tunes erupt from the speakers while you're traversing large fields and battling hordes of different types of monsters. The game starts off kinda slow, which is why I shelved it for a few months before finally picking it up again. But once you're past that rocky start, this tale of a wonder and mystery slowly unveils itself. I don't want to spoil it for you guys. You might not think of Ys as a game series where narrative takes priority, but just trust me on this, Lacrimosa of Dana is something that if you're playing it, you need to experience it yourself. The basic plot is this. You, as in Adol and Dogi, are hired security for the Lombardia, a passenger liner. After you meet some of the passengers, the ship is attacked and destroyed by a massive sea monster. You wash up on shore alone, and as the story progresses, you come across more survivors, some of which join you in battle. Slowly, you build a camp and improve its defensive capabilities. Once you set off on your journey, you slowly begin to unravel the present and ancient mysteries of the island on which you've landed. As with anything, not everything is all sunshine and roses. While Ys Lacrimosa of Dana is an amazing game, there was one issue I had early on in the game. The camera can be a bit wonky when fighting a certain crab monster, making it very difficult to keep the camera focused on that enemy. But that issue, strangely, didn't become an enormous problem throughout the game like I expected it would be, though it did cause me a damn lot of frustration during those specific sequences. Overall, if you're a fan of Ys, then you can't go wrong with Lacrimosa. If you're a fan of action RPGs, or a fan of Zelda, then this game is a no-brainer. It mixes adrenaline-pumping action, testosterone-filled music, huge bosses, and one of the best stories in any JRPG. You have to play this game. And as always, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button if you're on BitChute. If you're on YouTube, hit the like button, and on both websites, please subscribe. If you like the song that's playing right now, please visit Switchman, that's switch-man.bandcamp.com, to listen to some more of his music. He was very gracious enough to allow Kill Communism to use his music.